Hello and welcome to Autumn Willow's Doll Nursery. My name's Miranda, and today I have with me Pika, the one I haven't painted yet. Still haven't gotten around to that. And we also have little Euphrates over here. He's allowing them. And she is pulling a cart full of other little babes that you've not met yet. We'll save them for later, but this is just some visual for you. I just wanted to come on and give a big warm thank you to HeyThereSpookyFace. Oh, sorry if Kinsley rattled the bed there. But Lexi gave out such a sweet little video the other day supporting my channel, and I just could not believe it. I could not believe it. And I know Hey There Spooky Face is all about the fantasy dolls, and I don't have that many actual like fantasy babies. My Pika is probably the most fantasy style baby that I've got. So that's why we have this little scene here. This is the best I could do, Lexi. But I wanted to say thank you, like so much. That was amazingly sweet. So kind. And I couldn't believe it. So, funny story about the thing. Yesterday, I had a video go live. And so I was working on the computer yesterday. I think in the morning I had like 69 followers. And sometime that evening I was checking to see if I had comments that I needed to reply to. And I jumped over there and I thought something was wrong with either my eyes or, you know, the YouTube Studio app, because it said I had suddenly just like out of nowhere was 80, I think at the time it was 83 or 84 subscribers. And I was like, wait a minute, like I've never had that big of a jump before. And that's like massive. When you don't have a lot of followers, that's massive. Or subscribers, I guess I should say. So I told Jeff, I was like, have you checked the YouTube Studio? And he said no, and he jumped over and he checked it and he's like, what'd you do? I didn't do nothing. I was like, I didn't do nothing. I don't know what happened. And it was later that evening, I pulled up YouTube and I saw Lexi's video and I was like, oh my gosh, that's what happened. So it was hilarious. So I pulled it up for Jeff to watch, and even he was so touched, so touched by the video. So thank you, Lexi. And the whole thing made me think of all this craziness going on with TikTok. With, you know, I specifically, TikTok is one of the social media platforms that I am on the most, and there's not a ton of decent doll content on there, but I like it for a ton of other things as well. So I'm really sad that it looks like we're losing TikTok. So I'm trying to follow some of my favorite people over there. I just noticed that my bookcase that is holding up all of my crystals is leaning, that it is about to go down. It is about to go down, and oh no. We're going to have to tend to that as soon as I finish this video. Yikes, that is not good. Oof, okay. Big project ahead in the next moment. But back to what I was saying. It made me think of, we can really become, or feel like we've become really good friends with people that we follow on different social media platforms. And we can see them every day. And we can take comfort from their content. And now and they can become sort of like a family, a support system. And now we're learning that they can just suddenly be gone. You can just suddenly lose that. And I know some of the creators on TikTok are going to other apps for you to follow. And I'm trying to follow as many as I can on YouTube, because that's probably the second big social media platform that I'm on the most. And I'm not on Red Note. I know a lot of people are jumping on Red Note, but listen, I'm not good with computer stuff when it's in English, let alone like something completely foreign like that. No, I'm just not with it, guys. I only last year really learned how to do email, and I still don't do that very well. So I'm sticking with what I know. But it's really kind of sad in a way, you know, that you can really, really enjoy somebody and they can just be gone. Some of the creators aren't moving to other platforms. They're just going away. And it made me think of the complexity of relationships between subscribers or followers and content creators. And for the content creator, you can have a few people that you get really close with, but obviously you're not able to get really close with absolutely every person that subscribes or follows. It's, you know, because you could have thousands, and that would be unrealistic to try to keep up good friendships with thousands of people, you know, especially if you're an introvert. But for me, as mostly, you know, just somebody who's subscribing or following other people, I have gotten really close, I feel, on my end of it, right? Obviously not on their end. But there are people that are like family. Well, I see more than my family, okay? Think about that, especially if you don't live close to family. Some of these content creators you see more than your family. You see the inside of their daily life a lot of times. You hear about their successes, their failures, their struggles in life. And you can really relate to some people and have that same type of emotion as a friend. And to me, it's just sad that so many people are going to be losing that when, you know, TikTok is no more. So, it made me, the whole thing with, you know, with Lexi being so sweet and promoting my channel, it just made me think of the importance of, you know, the friendships that we make and the content creators that, you know, we really fall in love with and we just enjoy them as a person. We enjoy the things they enjoy. And I had always kind of taken that for granted, that they would just always be there. It never crossed my mind that one of these major social media platforms would just go away. And we would lose some of those people. So it's a lot to think about, and I don't know if any of you have thought about that. And then also, like, I had only made 20 TikToks. That was it. I had not made, you know, I wasn't a big content creator on TikTok. I just fiddled around with a few things here and there. And now, like, I'm trying to, even though most of them are like cringe, well, sometimes you look back and you're like, what was I thinking? But still, it's like, now I'm trying to save those, because even though some of them are cringe, it's like, it's still part of my past. It's still things that meant something to me at one point. Or, you know, just, I don't know. I don't want to lose that content. And I can't imagine what that's like for people that have been doing this for years and have hundreds of thousands of TikToks. And it's kind of like been a journal for them. And they could look back in time and see everything, and now it's just like, Now that's just going to be gone unless you have some way of storing all that. And I put in a request. You can like request your data on there, but it can take up to 4 days. So I'm a little late to that party, so I may not get mine saved, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try to figure out something. It's only 20 TikToks. It shouldn't be that hard to sort out. But that's just something else to think of. I know Facebook's, I've been on the longest, and it is like a journal, looking back, seeing what I used to look like over 10 years ago, and what was going on in my life. And the thought of all of that content just being gone was really, really sad, and made me think that I need to start printing off photos and actually putting them in a photo album. Or scrapbooking them something, because I need a physical, I'm a paper girl anyway, so I need like a physical thing. That way, if something happens to these apps, all my content's just not gone, just lost. So, things to think about. This whole thing with TikTok has given us so much to think about. So, anyway. Thank you again to Lexi for the lovely, lovely shout out. I really appreciate that. And, while I'm thinking of it, because I don't think I've messaged you this yet, but I didn't realize that you were sculpting things onto some of your dolls, your fantasy dolls. I thought they were just kits that had come that way. And then you're also painting. I didn't know that either, because I'm new to her channel, guys. I'm new. And I didn't know that. And so I am so impressed. Especially that one. That one vampire doll that she did that is a kit that's yawning. And she sculpted the fangs and the little nails and things. I thought that came that way, like for real. I thought it came that way. I was so impressed with that level of artistry. Oh my goodness. Like, I would love to be able to do stuff like that. That is just really cool. So, anyway, thank you again. Thank you to everybody who is subscribing, who's been watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely day, and we will see you again soon. Bye for now.